right, so again, I want everybody to open up their GitHub, then open up that repository that you created in the last class. So I'm just going to come here. Is everybody on GitHub? Okay. Are you on the repository you created? Yes. So that place is supposed to be showing you series of commands, just like commands that you probably not seen before. So if you are seeing that, then you are on the right page. So let me see if I can connect to my network. Because this network is bad. Okay, good. So this is, before I move on, this is one of the projects that I want us to work on. So this is the Web3 design. Yeah, so this is the Web3 design. So as you can see, this is the desktop view, obviously, the desktop view. So once you scroll down, you see that it has different sections. So about me, projects, you should have skills, certifications. I think it also has experience. Let's check it out. Yeah, experience. Then this is just everything I need to do. Contact me. So as you can see, it's very, very easy. The design is easy to build, right? So it's very easy. Then just just a moment. And apart from that, it also has the mobile view. Can you swipe to the right? Yeah. So this is the mobile view. So as you can see, proper mobile view. It even has the drop down menu. You understand? So what I want you to do not implement what's the name? Do not implement any functionality. That's once you click on this drop down menu, I'm not expecting you to implement anything. Just do exactly what you just design. Don't worry about JavaScript. Don't worry about any functionality. Just design. And what I'm doing is I want to just make sure that everything is well tracked. Okay, this particular period, you were able to like replicate the project with just HTML and CSS. Then maybe after the next 6 weeks, you can have this do more complex things with JavaScript. Although this is very, very easy to do JavaScript. So, like I said, after a week in JavaScript or a week in JavaScript, you should be able to implement all of these things yourself. All right. So, yeah, you have the question. Hmm? They are borders. They call them box shadows. So it is something that you can just go ahead. You just have to look at the design and look at, okay, which one has a shadow, which one has a box shadow. We call them box shadows. Then you can implement them. You understand? Don't worry, these things are very easy. They are very easy. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you 2 weeks to implement it. 1 week for each design. 2 weeks. But the 1 week is enough. But let's just say 2 weeks. So it don't look as if I'm like over just 2 weeks should be enough for all of these things. So should be submitted by 8, should be able to get this. So that's the first one. The second one is this fitness app. So again, this one is easy, very easy, as you can see. So all you have to do is implement this. So this is the logo right here. These are the links, and this is the join now button. So the only thing that will probably give you issue, the only thing that will give you problems in this design is just this piece. And this one, like I said, I think I told you, okay, I said it on the design. It's actually the easiest, one of the easiest things. But it's going to give you a problem. And why it's going to give you a problem is because you might not at first understand how to like implement it. I'll just give you like a quick expo as to how you can implement this. First of all, note that in the whole header, you have 2 sections. One to the left, one to the right. And this particular section can be implemented by grid and not flex. Now you can use flex. Flex also works. In fact, particular flex will work here. Now, flex also works. Let's even use flex. Let's do grid. Flex also works. Now, why am I saying it? This first section that has all of these things that are here, that's the first one. Then this second section that has, this yellow background here. You understand? Now, the one that has this yellow background has this join now link or join now button. The one that has, of course, you have this. Now, this image is not in any of the D. This image is not in any of those things. This image is outside those things. You will now use position of what? Absolute to place this image on this place. It's outside those two sections. Yes. Now put the image. Or you can even put it before. But then you now use what? Absolute to move the image around. Yes, ma'am. This gradient, linear, have you tried linear gradient? Then try background color. You understand now? Try background color. So background color of the only thing that's not going to be having this background color will now be this place. Of course, the truth is that you can actually, there are tools to get it, but it's almost impossible to have the same thing that you have on the design. So one thing that you can do is that you can just try to blend it a little bit to make sure okay, you have almost something similar. So that if you have a background color, right? The place that's going to be having this orange background is where? This place. Remember how to use background color, right? You know that this 1, 2, 3, they are in the same D, and even this one 4. In the same D, give that D the background color. And reduce it, blend it. Just turn it, I'll see. Oh, I think I know why. I think I know what was wrong now. Your own has like a border. Of course, you're gonna have it because how would I put it now? Give the background, that background they are saying. Give it a linear gradient. You can say background color, linear gradient of that particular color. Now, try linear. Now there's a CSS generator for linear gradient, right? I'll send you the link now today on the call. So this is a linear gradient that's here. All you have is probably look for me. Okay, sure, I'll explain that. I'll explain, Mr. You have access. You know what? After the class, we'll do this. But have you seen the link I sent to call? Now, I see this linear gradient now. Let's say you have this color that you want. Okay, you know what? I'm going to copy this color. I should need to copy this color. I think this is okay. F57933, right? So let me copy it and come to this linear gradient. I'm going to paste it here. And I click on enter. Sorry? I didn't hear you. Sorry, what is it? Okay, this one. Yeah. The truth is that I cannot teach you everything. It's a lot. There are a lot of things that to teach. I can only teach what I know. That, okay, it's important that you can easily understand the rest yourself. This is very brilliant. You can always get it out. Even my network is bad. All right, so I think we're about now. Now, so what I'm saying is, I record it. All right, so what I'm saying now is that let's say you have um a particular color, right? Then I paste the color here. Now as you can see, you have orange color right here now. So all you just have to do is probably just make sure that it looks, as you can see, I think this looks like it more. Right? Correct. I don't know. So feel like it looks okay. No, it doesn't. So I'm just gonna do sorry. Uh, all right, so I'm gonna take it back a little bit. So as you can see, it looks more blended, right? Right. So, so I don't know if this is what you wanted to. What's what you wanted to? Just this, Abby. I still feel like it's looking a little bit. I don't want it to be too full. I'm gonna. This is it. This is like this. This one has to come from like this. All right. So now this looks more like it, right? So what you have to do is just copy this to your clipboard. I'm going to send it to you now, so you can probably try it. So just try if it works. So was this the same thing that you did this generator, or you have to like just use another generator? Okay, good. So just try and do it. Try and use this same um, gener- um linear gradient that I gave to you and see if it works. But that's beside that. We have a lot of things to do in today's class. So maybe after you can try it and let me know what you get. So all right, like I said, I need everybody to open up um their GitHub, which I think everybody said it's done. Now I'm going to open up mine because I open up mine. Um, so let's check it out. Now this was what I created for everybody in the last class. So I'm just going to go landing page. So now let's check here out. This is what I'm going to be having. I'm very sure this is what everybody has. So you have a series of commands I probably don't seen before. Now I do not want any do not focus on all of this. Just focus on this piece for now. Focus on this piece for now. Now, but before then, let me just go ahead and explain certain. What are Git commands? First of all, let us start with this. Git commands are instructions given to Git to perform actions such as tracking files, saving changes, creating branches, and synchronizing with what? With remote repositories. Let me simplify that. We said, what does Git do? What does Git do, rather? Git basically is used in what? Collaborating with other developers, tracking the progress of your project, right? The last example we did. And apart from that, we also talked about creating several features or branches from a particular project, right? Now your Git command is now the instructions you give to Git to perform those actions. That's what your Git commands are. Is it clear? Now that's basically what these Git commands are. Now, Git itself is distributed version control system The commands are how we interact with it. Just like HTML is used in what? In creating the structure, creating what you can see on your web page, right? And your HTML tags are used in what? In writing those real structures. That's how Git commands are. You understand it now? So, in simple explanation, we have Git commands are the keyword we type into a terminal to manage our project version history. Now, I think we can just go ahead and read all of this. This is not important. I just wrote all of these things out. Now, basically, we're going to be talking about some Git commands that I think everybody should know. These Git commands are very important. You should know it. Every developer should know all of these commands. Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is Git init. But before then, I'm going to go ahead and open up my landing page so that I have access to it. Open up that. So after you open up your terminal, click on view, then you should see terminal. So you click on terminal. So you wait for the terminal to load up. So I'm just going to wait for it. Give it a couple of seconds. See what happens. Oh, okay, that's run. So should run. So if you click on it, definitely run. But you're not running anything here because there's nothing connected to the terminal. So you have to pull it up manually yourself. So now we have a landing page, right? Now, one thing you need to know is that you have to be in the root of the folder that you want to upload. Now, this particular landing page is where all of my projects are, right? So this is what I need to upload to GitHub. Now, the first thing I want to do is what? You want to do Git init. And what is Git init? Now, why am I going to write it this command first? Git init initializes a Git project by creating a new local repository. Let me remove all of this English. Let me explain what it does. Now, I think a lot of us here did mathematics, you know, and there's something they call like terms. So we say like terms attract, right? So if you have 2x plus 3x, that's 5x. You understand? I don't want to be too algebra, but 2x plus 3 has 5x. But if you have 2x plus 3y, you can't add them together. That means that becomes an equation. So now, but if you have 2x plus 3x, you can add them together. Now that's the same thing that we need to do here. Now you've created a repository online. That's on your GitHub, but you need to move the files in your local repository. That means this particular asset, app.js, index or HTML, and style.css. You have to move it to the online repository. So for you to be able to do that, you also need to create a repository locally. I hope everybody's getting what I'm trying to say. Like, yes, you have the repository online here, right? Now you want to move the files that are on this folder, that repository online. But you cannot move these files. Why? Because these files are not a Git folder. They are not Git files. So you need to create a Git file that you will now add all of these things to and push to GitHub. Now that's what you need to. That's why you have what Git init. Now Git init is only done once, and that's at the beginning of your project. Because what I'm trying to do, it means Git initialize. Git initial and initialize is another word for start. You are starting up Git. Let's say you are turning on your gen. So if you want to turn on your gen, you only do it once. I said maybe your gen is 40, but you have to do it just once. You don't keep on your gen. Once it is on, it's on. Except you turn it off, then only take it. That's for another project. So Git initialize or Git init is only done once at the beginning of the project. And that's what to create an empty Git repository in your local folder. In Git, you have two separate repositories, the local repository and online repository. Your online repository is the one on what? GitHub. Your local repository is what is created in your project folder to what? to move the files here to your GitHub. Now, if I say git init and I press enter, what happens? It tells me what initialized empty git repository in this particular what project file. Is it clear to everybody? Now let me show you what you've just initialized. So now I'm going to come here. Now immediately I initialize, what happened? It changed to what? Green. This is to show git is now present. Now I'm just going to show you what you just initialized. So let us go back to I'm going to go to my desktop, and going to, so I think we have it in is it tech edu classes? I'm not sure. Yeah, tech edu classes, right? And landing page, good. Now, immediately I did this in it. Do you see what happened? It created a .git folder. Now, the reason why you are seeing it, you might not see it on your own. Anything that has a dot before, the file, it will always be a hidden file in your Windows or in your Mac. So it's hidden, so you probably will not see it except to turn on hidden file. But now, let me just delete it first and let me show you what I'm trying to do. Probably not going to, okay, delete it. Good. Now, I've deleted it now. So now, what has just happened now is that now I want you to, now as you can see, the green stuff disappeared, right? Meaning I do not have a .git folder. Now let me show you what happened. Let's say let me bring this here. Now I want you to watch what happens in this left-hand side. If I say git init and I hit enter, initialize empty git repository, and automatically what happened? It just git folder came up. Meaning I've just created a git folder in my local folder. That's the local repository. Now, what now happens is that I can now take up all of these files that are here, add it to this .git that's here, and push it to the online repository that we have on GitHub. But without having this .git, it is not possible for me to push all of these things. Do you understand what I'm saying now? That's basically what it does for us. Now, when I'm going to try this, try and create a .git folder on your own terminal. So what are you going to do? In the root file, do git init and see if it works. So it should be showing you, is it working? Initialize empty git repository. Is that what it says? What about your own? Is it working? What about your own message? What is it saying? Then on some people, it's going to tell you, let me see what it's saying. I think you're having an error. No, it can't be git in it. Git. It's one end. That's what I'm doing. So, what about you? Is it working now? What's it saying? Yeah, you won't see the .git because now on my own there's something that I did here. So I so let me check. I did it in view. So as you can see, I said show hidden files. .git is automatically hidden. So if I remove this show hidden files now, as you can see, I cannot see .git again. Can you see it? There's no .git here until I will enable hidden files. Exactly. If you enable but that's by the way. Is it working for you now? What error are you seeing? Can you just tell me the error? Or share your screen, please? Don't worry. As long as I said initialized empty git repository, you don't need to worry about that. Is it working now? All right. But to those online, is it working? Mr. Shegun and Shegun is here. Mr. Shegun and Mr. Pius, is it working now? Give me a thumbs up if it's working. It's not working. Just tell me the error. Let me know. The term Git is not recognized. That means you've not configured Git on your VS Code. So I think maybe you did not do that thing that I said you should do in the last class. But I think you did it now. But it's fine. If you say the term Git is not configured, just open up your what's the name? Open up your, what is it showing you? Like, I need to know the error. Just tell me the error. No, don't worry. I know your error. Just tell me your error, Mr. Shegun. So what I need you to do, if it is showing that, is just open up your PowerShell. I'm going to send the code again. Open up your PowerShell and paste this code that I'm about to send. Paste it in your PowerShell. Mr. Shegun, what is it showing, please? I need to know what it's showing. Just tell me. Or paste it on the chat. Open up your PowerShell and paste this code and click enter. After doing that, start your VS Code. It should work. Mr. Shegun, please, can you tell me the error? No, I'm not saying you should put it on your PowerShell. I'm saying that, so what is the error? Like, I just need to know the error. After putting the code, there should be an error. So I need to know the error. You know what? Share your screen, please, and let me see. Do you know it's not Git Daddy?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes. Last class, your network was bad, so I don't
This is
understand.
working. This is actually working, Mr. Shegun. Now
Okay,
try
it's
Git in
working.
it again. Yes, do Git in it again in that.
Okay. Mm. Ladies, have you?
Yes, enter. It's working. It's working.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Just have to be on. I think.
Can I show you another thing?
So what do you say?
Can I show you another thing?
Is it related? Is it related to Git?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
a few months ago, like I watched a video on how to deploy a project. So the video I watched the shows how drag and drop. So I built like one project like that. Let me share my screen with you.
Okay, so Mr. Shegun, I couldn't hear you properly, but if I think I got some things that you said. So you said uh, you probably built a particular project, so you do not know how to deploy it. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I deploy it on GitHub through drag and drop.
So, okay, so I think this is sounding like something that we'll still work on. So maybe you can let me know or just send it to me on WhatsApp so I can check it out. So that
Okay.
this is still something that I don't work on. So I do not want to rush everybody right now. So just send
Okay.
it to me on WhatsApp so I can check it out. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. All right. So now we've been able to do Git init, and I explained to us that what Git init means is that it initializes Git in a project by creating a new local repository. Now, like as I said, you only do this thing once. And after doing it, it shows initializes an empty Git repository in your terminal, and it changes your files to green, which we've all been able to do. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about now is Git add. Now, you've created a .git folder by using that init, right? How then do you now go ahead and move the files from your local repository to your online repository? You do Git add. Now, what Git add does is that what it stages changes so they can be included in the next commit. Again, forget about this English staging. I want you to understand what it means. Now, let me come here. Let's say I write my code. I write a particular code here, right? For me to save it, what will I do? I have to Control S, right? Do you understand it now? Now, before saving, I wrote something here. Writing something in this particular file is same thing as your Git add. Because what you want to do is that you want to add certain things to that particular project, and then you want to save it. That brings me to my next two commands, Git add and Git commit. Git add takes all of your files that you're trying to write and add them to your .git folder. Git commit will now save it together. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. Now, this is what I'm saying. If I do Git add, right, what I have just done is that I've taken the particular file that I'm adding, right, and I've added them to the That is what Git add will do for you. Again, if I say Git add star.css, I have just added what star.css to where? .git. If I say Git add index.js or index.html, I have just added index.html to where? .git. If I say Git add app.js, what have I just done? I've added what? App.js to .git. If I say Git add assets, I've added what? The whole assets folder to where? .git. It's very important that you understand this. And I can also decide to add everything together. That's Git add full stop. Now, if I add everything together, what have I just done? I've added all of these files to what? So what am I saying? So, for instance, let's say I want to add just app.js to the .git folder. And I say git add app.js. What am I saying? Add this app.js to the GitHub folder. Once I click enter, this changes from what? From the normal that changed color, as you can see. Are we noticing this? And I can also do the same thing, git add index.html. As you can see, I've added. Now it is changing from where? U to where? To A. This U means unstaged or on track. This A means what? Added. You've now added it to where? To .git. Now, if I say git add style.css, it will change from due to what A again. As you can see, it has what changed. Now the only one that has not been added was assets. So I can still say what git add assets. That has also what been added. Now, instead of adding them one by one like this, I can just say git add full stop. Now, this means that what you are adding every single thing together in that file, in this particular landing page together, and it works. Now, this is what git add means. Git add is saying, okay, I'm adding files from one particular from the normal local folder to the local repository. Again, this is the local folder. Local folder is your landing page. Local repository is what? It is what you now do is that you now add every single thing in the local folder to the .git, and you now push it to the online repository. This is what you are pushing, not this. This is what you are pushing to GitHub, not this. All right. So that is what git add does. Now, do we understand git add? Is it clear to us? Now, I want us to go ahead and try this command. Git add, then full stop. Please, I want you to note the space that I gave it. I did not say git add full stop. No. I said git add space full stop. I'm not going to try it out now. Sorry? The dot is saying that you are adding all the files at once, rather than just doing them one by one like this. App.js, you understand? Just saying that instead of adding them one by one, you're adding every single thing together. For a showing area, showing A here, that's added. Showing A, that's it. See this place. So it was you before. You means on staged or on tracked. That means you've not staged it. You've not added the staging area. Now, I'll explain this later. There's something called staging area. So, you know what? Please, I need everybody to just pause what they are doing for now and look at this explanation. It's important. Let me explain some of these things to us before we move on to. Okay, so now, please, let's say this is your online repository, your GitHub, right? This is your GitHub. This is your normal project files. You understand? What has to happen is that for these two to be connected, these are two different files. Online repository, this is GitHub. This is your normal project file. This is important. Everybody needs to get this. Now, for the files here, let's say you have a lot of files here. For the files in this place to go to your online repository as a storage, right? What you need to do is that there needs to be like, let's say, a middleman that can exist on both local and online. Again, this is your local repository, sorry, your local folder, your project. This is your online repository. Now you want to move the files that are here to this place. For you to move it, there needs to be a medium that takes the files from here to here. And this file has to exist on both local and online. So for you to create this file, you will run your what? Git init. And after running your git init, what will happen? You have your .git folder. Do you understand that explanation? This right here is now your .git folder. Because why? It has to exist on both online and local projects. Now, after that, you have your .git folder. Now, how do you files from your local repository to the online repository? You use what? Git add. There's something they call the staging area. The staging area is where your files are added to first before they are saved. That's what your staging area. Now, the reason why you have staging area is because you don't want to rush and save. Git is very dedicated, like I said. It can ruin your project, and as well, it can make your project very, very fantastic and wonderful. So now, this particular staging area is that particular area where your files get saved first. Not that they are saved, you know that they are saved, they're just adding it there. So you can remove the folder, you can remove all those files, and at the same time you can add them. But once you've saved, you can't go back. So first of all, you need to add it. So that's what git add will do for you. So git add will now add all of these files to the staging area. You understand it now? So after adding it to the staging area, your next command, which is git commit, will now save it to the .git folder. Now you have it on the .git. So now the next stage is now to now push it to where? To the online repository. Now I'm going to come back to this illustration. I want you to understand it and put it, just store it first. You have your local folder, you have your online repository. There is a .git folder that is there that takes all of those files to where? To your online repository. Now, but before it gets this .git, there is a staging area where your files are added to first. You understand? Before they now move to that particular .git folder. Now, how do they now move from this staging area that's here to this place? That's where we are going into now. The next command is going to be what? Git commit. Now, git commit basically saves files to your .git folder. That's what git commit does. Let us start from the beginning. Git init. What does git init do? Git init initializes, right? Starts up a particular .git folder in your project. Git add is going to take those folders in your project and add it to the staging area, right? Then the last one, which is what git, what's the last one again? Git commit is now going to save up those projects in the .git folder. Now, how do you use git commit? Git commit is used by, these are used of it. So you have git commit -m. Now, this -m is like a commit message that basically talks about what you worked on. Now, let me give us an example of what I'm trying to say. So if I go to my repository now, just a moment. Okay, open a new tab. Good. So now let us say, let me use Glowmom as an example. I don't think I should be using Glowmom, but let's try it. Now, let's take this as an example. Now, let's take it as an example. Let me open up my commits just to see what we have. I have 112 commits on this particular repository, this project. Now, for instance, this is the first commit message here. What's the first message of fixes? They will now have profile page created. Here we have files on mobile now, UI, fixes on mobile now, UI, right? So import admin from Firebase admin in other services. Now, what's happening now, and I'm giving it a commit message that make sure that I explain what I did in that particular commit. Now, let me come back here. This commit message is like a message, like when you're trying to save up a file, you give that file a name. You understand now? That's what your commit message is. But it is now more than just giving your file a name. It is like saying that, okay, what I did in this place, in this particular commit time, what I did was, okay, I worked on the profile page, or I worked on the header, I worked on the footer, I worked on the about. You understand? That is what your commit message is, so that you have a well-detailed description of what you worked on. You understand now? That's what commit message is. Now let's say that this place, what we did is that we worked on the mobile responsiveness, right? So I cannot say -m. So I can see, let's say, worked on the mobile responsiveness. Now, what I have just done now is that what I have saved it. Now, as you can see, it's no longer green. It is now what M, meaning modified. Oh, sorry, it should not be M. Let me remove this. There should not be M there. So, yeah. So this modified should be there now. Should actually be there. So the reason why it is showing modified is because I did something here. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and add it again. So it's not going to show modified. Git add. Git. Yeah. So as you can see, it's no longer showing the modified. So git commit. Let's just do the same thing again. Nothing to commit. Good. Now, what I have just done is that first of all, I did git init initializing. Git add now saves it up. What up, right? It saves whatever I want to do in my staging area. Now the next is what git commit. Git commit now takes it from here to this place and what saves it. You understand? Now I have all the files that I have it here now. I have those files here. That's what git commit does. Again, the first thing is what git init, and that one is only done once in your project. Git add will now go ahead and take those files, put it in the staging area to be sure that you really want to commit these things, save these things. Now, how do you save? Use your this is very, very important. Git commit -m. This M is like a commit message talking about what you worked on. There's a reason why I'm like emphasizing on this page, on this place, because commit is one of the most important things you ever do in Git. Commit is very important. So git commit -m worked on the what? On the mobile responsiveness. That's what I did here. Now, I hope everybody understands this commit. Is it clear? Please let us go ahead and do it. Sorry. No, you have to write the M. The M, as you can see, there's a -m here, then quotes. Your messages will go into the quotes. Yes. There's a space here, there's a space here. So if it is showing that, is your own working? Yeah. So if it is showing GitHub identity, the means is trying to say that okay, it does not know who that person is. You need to configure it. So now there are two things that you need to configure. First is your username, second is your email. And you should show user.email and user.name there. So the first thing that you need to write is your so you have git config dash dash global, right? After the global, you should have user dot name. Then you write, let's say your name. So let's say Paul Levites. Can just be anything. The most important thing is the email. If I can even skip this name, but just do it. Git config. Now I need you to note, see the command though, git config. Or I think it should even be there. You can copy the command, but you can write it again. Git config dash dash. Now there are spaces in every of these things. You don't write them together. Then once you click enter, it just automatically works. Then you have git config again, dash dash global. Then you have user dot email. So I'm gonna write my email for device 84 at gmail.com. Is it working? It just takes you to the next line. Just, yes, that's it. Right. Now do that commit again. Now to commit, you need to write it twice. So let's say your commit was let's look up. So check it. If I just press up here, I can see my formal command. This up keyword here, just keep pressing it till you get your formal commit command so that you don't have to write it again. Have you seen it? This up on your keyboard. Just keep pressing up on your keyboard, not mouse. Yes, there should be up key. There's like a up arrow keyword that is here. Keep pressing it. Okay? Mm-hmm. Exactly. So press enter. So have you seen it now? Yes, just keep pressing the up keyboard on your keyboard, then you should see it. No, just copy. Just once you press the up key, it comes up. The thing is, like I said, the terminal is not like this thing. Just press the up key. No, not up there. Scroll down. On this same thing, press your up keyword. Exactly. Just press your up keyword there. Can you see it? Okay. Oh, it is global. Global. Uh-huh. Mm. There's nothing else. So you cannot do your git commit again. Not done everything. Just dot. Just wrote dot. There's no email. Okay, there's no global. Okay, no, then is he saying that as well? Uh, that of email, no email. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Is anyone having issues online? Please let me know. Okay. It's working. Yes, it's working. Let's go to your hand. It's working. Okay, so I'm very sure everybody understands it now. Do you understand commit? Yes, something like that. But in this case, it's to quote. It's a quote. So this is what most of us commit to these days. All right, but what I am trying to what I want to get on everybody now is to be sure that everybody understands this. That's what's going to make me happy because I don't want to come next class again and then we don't get it. I want everybody to get this so that it is easier for us to move forward. So just gonna ask Mr. Okay, I think he sent something to the chat. So let me see it. Yes. Waiting for editor to close the file. Ah, why are you editing? I don't think you should be editing it, Mr. Um I don't think you should be editing it. So you have it's not working. Oh, okay. So I don't know. I don't know. This is not it, Mr. Shegun. So please close this file. Close this commit edit MSG blah blah blah. Close it. Delete it, please. Just close it. You don't need it. Close the file. No, don't delete it. Just close it. You don't. I don't even know how your .git folder came up here. It's not supposed to come up in your VS Code. Maybe you enabled hidden files or you created that file yourself. And that's not, I don't think you should create the file yourself. But just let me close it. Just close it up. Okay, so moving on, right? We'll be talking about the next one now. So we have quite a number of Git commands, right? We have a lot of them. One of the commands I'll be talking about now is so we'll talk about Git branch. We'll talk about Git branch, right? Let me see. Let us leave Git remote add origin first. We'll talk about Git branch. What is Git branch? So one thing that you need to know again is your projects are branches. Let me use a bigger project. Let us leave these ones that are working on. Like basic of web development. Let's go into something much more complex. Let's talk about Instagram. Instagram.com. Now, there was a particular time whereby okay, you know what? I'm going to come back to this drawing, so we'll just have to I'm going to explain this again. So let me just remove it. Now let us use Instagram.com. There was a particular time whereby Instagram was just a picture video application, right? Whereby you just go on Instagram, the only thing you can do is like, comment, and was there share? Was there share when it came out? I don't think there was share. There was no share when Instagram came out. Just like and comment, right? You can like and you can comment and you can upload videos. So now let us just get started with that. I'm gonna like just write some things out here. So Instagram pictures, Instagram pre pre 2019, pre 2019, 2019 pictures. That was there now. So pre 2019, that's before 2019. What you could have on Instagram was like, you had comments, right? You had picture and video upload. Is it present or pre 2018? One of the two. Picture and video upload. Now, these were the three main features of Instagram. Story, was there story in 2019? No. Okay, let's just say let's leave, let me say 20. Let's say 20. There was stories. 2016. Good. 2016. Now, these were like the three main features of Instagram. Like, comment, and what? Picture and video upload. You understand it now? So now, while building, Instagram is like the let's say this is a trick. Again, please don't mind my drawing. So this is a tree, right? Now take the tree as the Instagram. That's your Instagram. That's the main tree. Take it as Instagram. Now you now have how many features? Like, comments, then you have picture and video upload. So let us even split picture and video upload. So this one branch here is what? Like. Another branch here is what? Comment. Another branch here is what? Video. And another branch here is what? Picture upload. This is what branches mean. Branches means that what? You are having several branches, several features of one particular project. That is what branching means. Do you understand now? Branching again means that what? You are having several aspects, several features of one particular project. That is basically what your branching means. Now, you now have one main tree. That main tree is your application, your main application, whereby all other what features are now connected to. Now, in recent years, you now have what? You now have what do you have? You have stories, you have ads, you have a lot of them. Now, all of these things are all connected to what? To this particular branch, this main branch here. You have other branches connected to the main branch. Now, as you can see, they are not working on the main branch. Because if you are working on the main branch, it is harder to like remove a particular branch that you don't want again. You understand now? That is why what they do is that what you have several branches of all of these projects, so that even if you want to remove one, you can easily remove one. Or even if one now has a problem, you can just remove it. It's not like cancer. If you have one particular problem, like cut it off. Do you get now? That is basically what branches are. Now, why do we have branches? For one, you have it for protection. You need to protect the main project so that it doesn't go bad if anything happens to other branches. Secondly, you do it to track because like that you can track more projects, you can track the progress of your project. You can on this particular project, worked on 7 different branches, 7 different features, 9 different features, 10 features, 12 features, 11. All of those things are very important. Do you understand? That's why we have what? Branches. Now, that's exactly what your Git branch is all about. Git branch is saying that, okay, what I need to do here right now is that I need to specify the main branch in my project. Now, in this place, if I ask you, what's the main branch here? What's the main branch? The tree, exactly, that's your main branch. This particular tree here is your main branch. So in Git, you need to first of all what? Create that main branch that other branches will now come out from. Do you understand that you are planting something? So once you plant it, other branches have to come out from it. Just that's why you have what? Git branch. And how do you work on your? How do you do your create your Git branch? You use what? Git branch -m. Now your commit is what? Small m. Your branch is what? Capital M. Then they call it main branch or your master branch. That's your major branch. You can call it main, you can call it master, you can call it major, but make sure that this name that you are given to it, you do not forget it. But that's why it's best to use either main or master. Now, how do you do it? All you have to do is to specify your branch. Git branch dash capital N. Then I'm going to call it what? Master. Like that, I've specified my main branch or my master branch. Now, if I'm not going to start up my project, other branches will not come up from my master. Please, do you understand branches? Now, we'll go into branches in details in the next class. But I need you to understand this particular thing first. Is it clear to us? Is it clear? Are we sure it's clear to us? Mr. Kelvin, Mr. Fix. I should say it again. Okay, you don't understand for me. Okay, wait. I thought we'll still do that. You will still try it by yourself. That comment, trust me. I'll give you a class of it. It's very, very important. What I'm trying to say is that do you understand the this aspect of it? Now, the next part is I need you to like understand what git remote add origin means. Now, this git remote add origin is the easiest because you don't have to like remember how to use it. Now, what git remote add origin does is that it connects your online repository and the local.git file. That's what it does. Now, you know, I told you something that first of all, you have the online here, right? Sorry, the local projects. You have the online right here. Now you need to move the files that are inside of this place into this place, right? How do you do it? First of all, there has to be like a middleman that can exist in both worlds, the local folder and the online repository. Now you use your git add to add it to the staging area. From the staging area, it moves to the where? To the major folder. This .git folder through git commit saves it there. Now, since it is here for now, what you now need to do is that you need to carry it from here to here. But there is no connection between this place and this place. There is no connection yet. How do you now connect it? You use your git remote add origin. Now, this git remote add origin will now, sorry, let me use it like that. Use your git remote add origin. Now, this git remote add origin is now the connection between this place and this place. That is why if you check this place, there's a link attached to it. When they say git remote add origin, then you now say https://github.com/landing page 2.git. Now, the major URL of this one is now what your git. You know, all you have to do is go there and copy it and paste it in this place, and then automatically you've connected your online repository and your local repository together. Now, I want everybody to go ahead and try this git branch master and this git remote add origin before we continue. So I'm going to like pause the recording here and wait for everybody to like try it out.